Wario World is a platformer on the GameCube, starring Wario, obviously. For any percent, we're going to be, well, there are 8 levels, and then 4 main bosses, and then a final boss. So we're going to go into our first level right away. So the goal of any percent is to basically collect red crystals and then beat the boss of each level. The number of crystals depends on the what level it is. Within the first 2 levels, we'll need 3 crystals. And then for the next 2, it's 4, so on, until we get to 6. We're going to be ignoring everything else, just trying to get to the end as fast as possible. Except for this guy, because he's not skippable. This is a spriteling. They're basically tutorials. So, our main form of movement is going to be dashes and these dash jumps you see. Those are called corkscrew conks. They're little... Oh, nope, we missed it. Lovely. I was going to say there's a little skipper here. You can skip jumping on the first pole by climbing on that pole, but nice angled jumping. So this is our first trapdoor right here. This is where we get our crystals. Basically, every crystal's in a trapdoor. Oops. This jump can be kind of finicky. That's a heart fragment. We don't need them, but it's hard to avoid them. So every crystal's going to be inside one of those trapdoors. Like I said, we need 3 for this level, and we're going to ignore whatever else we can inside these trapdoors. Like this one, we're going to go for some quick ledge grabs to climb up there. Then we just need to get to the spring as fast as possible to escape. So for right now, coming up is our last trapdoor for this level. It's going to introduce switches. Basically, just flip a switch and something happens. That's pretty complicated, I know. Hey, Proto. And then coming up here, a little skip here, you're supposed to, as a tutorial, you're supposed to fall down this bridge and go towards the Unicorn's lair. That's basically what happens if you fall out. It basically just takes coins from you. Oh, that was a nice clip. Okay, so here's our first boss. He's not needing an explanation. You just like manipulate him to kill him fast. So the Unicorn's lair basically just takes coins from you. It wastes a lot of time because it's RNG to get out of there. So we're going to try to avoid it as much as possible. And that's a little strat right there to kill the boss fast. He's dead now. For him. And then whenever we get the stamp like that, we can pause and exit immediately instead of waiting for a cutscene to play at the end of the stage. It saves a ton of time over the course of the run. Okay, so coming up is Greenhorn Ruins, which is our first pretty broken stage of the run. We're going to be skipping a lot of it. Our first jump is going to skip a gate that we have to open by spinning an enemy to flip a switch. Those switches that you spin are really slow. I think we actually don't do any of them at any percent, so you're not going to really get to see it. Basically, we just jump at the edge of this platform. They can grab this ledge and climb up. And then up here we are coming to our first trapdoor of the level. It's a very simple one. We literally don't even move. We just corkscrew conk and then go get the spring. So corkscrew conk, go get the spring. And now we have our first skip. It skips what's called a crystal entity, which is a really slow enemy to fight that will keep you in place until it's dead. There we go. Second try. Oh. Nice backup. So that was what's called a super jump. Basically, in a dash, if you jump, you're supposed to have a set amount of height that you can get. Oh, real quick, this is our first battle ring skip. I actually need to focus for this. Thank God. Okay. If you miss that, it wastes a minute. Battle rings will just keep you in place until a minute is up. They are really boring. We skip all of them but one in this run, hopefully. Yeah, super jumps. Basically, in a dash, if you pause and press A on, like, I think it's the 9th frame of a dash, you can tell what frame it is by seeing where you paused. And then you have a 3-frame window after you pause to press the A button to get much more height than you usually do from a jump. It breaks a lot of stuff, but it's also a frame window and then a 3-frame window. So it's unfortunately used a lot. You're gonna get a quick hit on this guy. It's really precise though. We'll try it again in just a sec. Oh wow, that was bad luck. By that I mean it's probably completely my fault because I'm stupid. Okay, so coming up, it's our first main boss, Dino Mighty. He's kind of interesting. We're going to try to stun lock him entirely for the entirety of the fight. Ah, missed it. Basically, for some reason, if you ground pound high enough, you can just immediately hit Dino Mighty, which is not how you're supposed to hit him at all. So that's Grand Ruins, by the way. So hopefully we won't miss any of the hits, and we'll just get right through Dino Mighty, easy peasy. That's what we hope for. Is there anything else I need to explain right now? I don't think. Oh, also you saw that one trapdoor where I had to grab an enemy to go into it. That's just the metal trapdoors. They're like typically more platforming based than puzzle based. It's 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits. Oh, I missed the last one. That's unfortunate. Oh, I didn't even mean to grab that, but okay, I guess I'm on this now. Bad luck. Okay, I was gonna have to throw a column at him to kill him instead. Nope. You really don't want to exit too early, because then you'll have to redo the boss, which that just wastes a ton of time. So basically, the goal of this game, we have to get the 4 keys to this chest, which are all from the main bosses, and then we'll be able to take on the final boss. So we're coming up to Horror Manor here. This level is going to start with a really weird corkscrew conk. So basically, if you're on a slope when you do a corkscrew conk, you can get a bit more height, and we're going to abuse that at the start of this stage to skip going around a little path to get to the first trapdoor. So hopefully we'll get it pretty fast. Shouldn't take more than a few tries though. It's not like a waste time really if you miss it, just a few seconds. Oop. Oop. Oh. Nice. Nice, we got that SJ. That SJ is interesting. It barely saves time, but if you get it first try, you might as well. Okay, so now we just kind of have a boss. We can't really do anything to speed it up. We just gotta hope for good RNG. That's bad RNG. That's really bad RNG. We want him to do, at most, a grab and then that attack. Like that. That was good RNG. Because he'll never slap down twice in a row. You can only hit him when he slaps. Lasers are slower. Okay, could have been worse. So up here, we're going to skip our second crystal entity. If I'm good, we won't be fighting any crystal entities in this run. So I'm just going to come around here. There's a crystal entity right there, but we didn't want to fight it. This trapdoor, we're just going to be hitting some switches and climbing up. And then we're coming up to another super jump that's going to skip another one of those gates with a hand. Super jumps are on point today, wow. So coming up, these doors up here, these golems aren't much of an issue. We just need to hit them 6 times with any kind of hit. Missed that super jump. But we're going to be fighting a silver white one. These ones, we have to carefully pace our punches until we get 9 hits without doing a big punch, because if we give it a big punch, it's going to not be stun locked and it's going to attack us. And it's going to be miserable doing that. So this is the last one of those. Really easy battle ring skip here. We just kind of dash down here and you avoid the battle ring. Really easy. Gonna go for another SJ. That's super jump, by the way. Second try. And this trapdoor is really simple. We're just gonna jump up there. So this is what's called the dash jump. Hopefully I get it. Nice. Basically, just dash and then press A and B at the same time. You'll be able to do a big jump that you can ledge grab off of. It's very useful. I just fell. Come on, give me an SJ. Okay. Back up SJs. Fun. Okay, so this is Brawl Doll. Don't get too creeped out. This isn't the creepiest boss. Also, you can clip into these. It's really weird, though. You do need crystals to get in, though. We're just going to try to get the first hit pretty quickly, and then we're going to grab columns to throw a Brawl Doll. And hopefully not miss. And also not get hit by the lasers, because those are a real pain if you do. Okay, good so far. Just gonna let those lasers pass on by and throw the column. 2 more. So finish out of club. And now we just need to wait for the columns to respawn before we can grab another one. Can't grab something that doesn't exist. Alright, beautiful. Really nice Brawl Doll. Okay, so coming up to Wonky Circus, this level is very difficult. It also has the only battle ring that we cannot skip with any known means at the moment, so we're gonna have a minute-long break in this level. So right off the bat, we're gonna have a trapdoor, and then a really precise, not really precise, but kind of precise trick to skip an electric clown fence, which is basically each level has kind of its own kind of mini boss type thing. That's this level's the electrical clown fence. We're gonna have to do a super jump, like that one. That only saves a little bit of time, but it's really cool if you get it. And then this... Sorry, this takes some focus. Not getting it? Alright, come on, buddy. That was bad. I didn't get quite enough height. Oh, wow. Oof. Oh dear. Well, it would have been faster to fight the clown fence at this point. Lol. There we go. It's very steep up there, so you have to corkscrew conk very quickly. Otherwise you will not make it over. That just skips one of the little mini-bosses. Definitely wasn't worth it when I missed it that many times, but it's alright. So we're going to skip over this bottom area here. It has a very slow trapdoor down there, so we're not going to do that. Oops. Sometimes it just kind of eats your R inputs. There we go. Never mind, I bumped off that. We're going to skip some looping around here with an SJ, if I can get an SJ. There we go. Coming up to our third trapdoor here. We're going to be climbing up this back ladder right here and jumping to our crystal. We're going to skip over some platforming here, and then we're going to do a bit of an iffy crystal entity skip. If I were to miss one, this would be the one. Let's see here. We're going to ground pound this so that it breaks, and then we're going to try to fall through and not be in the arena. Oh, we're fighting it. That's unfortunate. We just have to throw stuff at it. Have to wait for it to be vulnerable again. Have to hit it 3 times, then we pick it up and it's dead. In 100% we usually fight that, but not this category. Whoa, that was almost bad. We can do a little skip there by jumping off that ledge. Also by doing, by doing this first try. And this is a battle ring up here. We cannot skip it, so if you have anything to say right now, it would be a good time. And then after this battle ring, we're gonna have a bit of some tricky movement that saves probably like 10-ish seconds. It's pretty precise, but I'm gonna go for it until I get it because it's really cool and it looks cool, and that's what speedrunning is all about. Stuff looks cool. So then though, it's kind of killing some time, jumping around the knobs. Oh, by the way, there's this cool attack. Doesn't really do anything other than suck in coins. I like it though. It's true, speedrunning is all about being slow. I can relate to that. Alright, so here we go. Oops. First try. So like, we do that corkscrew conk, and then we abuse the slope that we land on to get a bunch of speed. Also, you can skip that, but it's really difficult. And then the ground pound carries us slightly further, so we make it. So now we're coming up to the boss of this stage, the clown around. He's pretty much an auto-scroller, but there are a few minor optimizations in it. So for the first 3 hits, we are going to be hitting the clown intentionally right after he pulls off all his heads. You can only hit him whenever he's not wearing the little clown heads. It's kind of weird. But then for the last 2 hits, he's going to, whenever we hit him once, he's going to go across the tightrope again. So we're going to go for hitting him twice while he's invulnerable, and then hitting him for a larger hit, which Wario does a little combo attack if you haven't noticed by now. The 3rd hit does 3 times as much damage. So if we hit him with 2 of the larger hits, instead of just one big hit and then going for regular attacks, it'll be slightly faster. He's gonna be delaying just a bit there to get all 3 hits in, because he takes 5 damage to take down. Doesn't matter if I miss that. You can do announcements right now, you too.
All right then. So we have a couple of incentives coming up. One of them would be the Kingdom Hearts 2 fight Zephyr Wolf on level 1 critical incentive, which is currently on $6 out of 50. Zephyr Wolf is a pretty easy boss, but on level 1 it's kinda not as easy, and critical doesn't make it better. So you definitely want to see this on or something. Also, there is the character bit war for Slower's Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep one coming up, where you can either choose between Aqua or Terra. And yeah, currently Aqua's in the lead with $10, and yeah, that's pretty much the 2 important ones that are coming up soonish. There's no new donation currently, so good luck with the one.
Thank you.
No problem.
Alright, so this is Dual Dragon. He's pretty much an auto-scroller, but if you miss an attack, it costs a lot of time. Basically, you just have to hit one head so that the other head hits it with fire. But they'll rise up after a short amount of time. Also, you can stand on this column for some reason, and he cannot hit you from here whatsoever, so if you don't feel like doing anything, just jump up here. Got plenty of time to wait while he does this glue globe attack. Those are called glue globes, by the way, those things he's spitting out. You can grab onto them and they just throughout the entire game. Didn't mention that earlier. Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage, it's kind of funny. It's not gonna matter. Also, yeah, this is any percent, so we're only ever gonna have these 4 hearts of health, which is a maximum of 8 hits, because some enemies do more than half a heart. So, hopefully we don't game over. If we do, it'll be at a point where I have enough coins anyway, because coins are how you recover from game overs, you just pay to keep going. Okay, coming up to Shivering Mountains, this is one of the hardest levels in the run. Also, you might notice I'm just kind of, after the main bosses, I'm jumping into pits and respawning back in the main area. That's just how this game works. Don't question it. That's just how the overworld works. So, Sugar Mountain has a lot of slopes, and after our second slope, we're going to be doing possibly the hardest arena skip in the game. It requires a corkscrew conk with a very precise angle, followed by a really quick jump to get over some ice. And hopefully I get it. If not, that's just another minute of doing nothing. So hopefully it works out. It's going to be after our first trapdoor, though. Oh, also, before we even do that, we are going to be fighting what is known as an Angler Mangler. These bosses are kind of weird. You're supposed to hit them with these little barrel busters, they're called, which kind of just go around them and try to hit you. For some reason, I have no idea why, if you ground pound with the barrel buster in a certain spot with a magnitude of 3.8, it'll just get the hitbox of the barrel buster to stay there. So that was a 3.8, good. So you'll see this like green flashing right there. It doesn't matter if I get frozen. Now the Angler Mangler will just kind of take damage whenever it's vulnerable, so that saves a little bit of time, as opposed to hitting it individually each time. Okay, we're coming up to that really hard battle ring skip. Here's hoping I get it. If not, there's more time for announcement. I'm just going to focus for a sec here. We got it. Let's go. Alright, so coming up to our next trapdoor here, we're going to have a bit of an iffy jump going to it. Lovely. Hey, what's up, Troy? And then this is just kind of hitting the boxes in order. Wow, they were almost in the correct order. It's kind of funny. So this is our next trapdoor. We can break these ice things by dashing into them, and then we just grab these turtles to jump in. Yeah, that skip is awful. I'm really glad I got it. It's really cool. It's actually a really solid run, I'm not gonna lie. So we're trying to make the cycle. We got it. Oh, almost missed the crystal though. That would have sucked. And then there are these enemies called Faddingtons over here. They don't really bother us in 80%, luckily. They can be kind of annoying 100% though, because you have to do a lot of backtracking down here. So our next trapdoor is right up here. We just have to grab some glue globes and climb up. I think it's RNG where the things are when you get in, but that was pretty good. Okay, so this is a really hard battle ring skip coming up right here. It's so difficult. Let's see if I get it. Oh. We got it. Let's go. Now, how that works, you just kind of run across the top. It's really easy. I will admit though, I have lost a run to it before, because I'm bad. This was a really solid Shivering Mountains. I'm really happy with it. Also, yeah, if we stand right here, the barrel buster will keep running into the hitbox, so we don't even need to do anything yet again. So we're coming up on the boss of Shivering Mountains after one more trapdoor. I'm just going to go ahead and explain the boss. He's the Winter Winster. In my opinion, the creepiest thing in this entire game. I'm sorry if you have nightmares after this. So the way we're going to kill him, we're going to do two things. So first of all, he's going to do an attack where he drops bombs on us. Or not really bombs, just kind of heavy weights, I guess. I don't know. So we're going to be throwing those into little fire things. I don't know what they're supposed to be. And hitting him with the fire. But then also, he has an attack where he will freeze you. And we're going to use that attack against him, because whenever he freezes you, he falls down to hit you. And we can use that to hit him faster than usual. So hopefully this goes well. If not, it can be like maybe 15-20 seconds lost. Hopefully no more than that. Whatever. Yeah, sorry for the nightmares ahead of time. He's gonna drop one right here. We're just gonna hold on to it so it doesn't despawn. He's gonna start with a freezing attack. Just gonna jump into it to get hit early, get unfrozen, and accidentally grab a thing. It worked out okay though. Throw it in there. We're going to drop him right here, do 1 damage, and he's gonna fly back up and immediately hit that so we can hit him again. I'm gonna drop him around right here. Yeah, Drago. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. This could be bad. Maybe? I think we just lost an opportunity for a freeze attack. I didn't mean to pick him up. I'm not paying attention. Whoops. See here. Hopefully he'll run into that. Good. Yeah, go ahead now, Drago. I'm just gonna finish this boss and then start the next level.
Alright then. So we have a $20 donation from Ted. Thank you very much for the donation. If you currently listen to the stream, please tell us what incentive this should go to. Yeah, again, good luck on board.
Alright, so I actually got pretty lucky there, because I screwed up the fight pretty badly, but then he just kind of ran into a bomb I threw in hoping he would run into it. Oh, I hit the sign, that's funny. I got lucky and I was able to hit him fast enough. Usually we go for a freeze attack on the last hit, because he'll not run to the side and back to flying up immediately. But because I messed up at the beginning, it all worked out though. So a little sequence break here, we can jump up this vine. That was really good jumps. Those were really good jumps. So our first outdoor, we're just going to break some boxes so we can climb up and hit the crystal. Pretty simple. Oh, apparently I can't aim though. That's fine. Alright, so we're going to have another pretty big jump here. This is another SJ. First try. That skips one of the little mini bosses of this level. It's called the Tree Freak. You'll see one of them in this category. So, look forward to that. It's a really annoying enemy. So, little small time saver here. We're gonna try to jump up before we pass through this ring. Grab the ledge so we don't have to wait quite as long. There's another spinny thing. We're gonna avoid that just by going to the four screen. I don't think it's a word, but whatever. And then we're gonna jump up. There's trap where we just have to wait for a bomb, and then we throw it at the switch. Pretty simple one. And then we're going to do a corkscrew conk over to the next trapdoor. A lot of the trapdoors in this level are really early on. It's kind of weird. That's a garlic machine. He gives you health if you pay for it. I paid for it without even trying to. That guy can be a pain. Alright. So funny thing about this trapdoor, you're falling down to the crystal and then to a heart fragment. If you just hold up, you'll land directly on the crystal. I don't know why it's laid out like that. It's kind of funny. Also, if I hadn't grabbed a heart fragment yet, I would be able to just hit the spring and then bounce up into the heart fragment to avoid the text box, but since I already got one, it doesn't matter. Also, that was a battle ring skip. You're supposed to like jump right down into that, but you can skip it just by jumping over it. You can't skip it like that in 100% because there's a collectible right above it, but oh well. This trapdoor we just have to hit some buttons and then ride some platforms, and then we're going to do a small momentum jump using a corkscrew conk to save a little bit of time right at the end here. So around right now, perfect. Over here, we have the introduction of magnet enemies. These guys suck. Oh, okay, we got him. You can super jump these jumps, but it loses a lot of time if you miss it, so it's not really worth it. We also just get both of them at the start there, so I don't have to worry about too many enemies. A lot of annoying parts 100% right here. Oh, I just kind of jumped off the cliff. That's smart. Look at this ledge there. Okay, so this is that tree freak. How these work is you have to grab their fruits and throw them back at them. It only does damage when the thing is open, so you have to get 2 hits in quick succession. Also, that just kind of exploded for some reason. I'm not really sure what happened. We just need to hit it twice for this one. Okay, so interesting battle ring skip coming up here. we're going to be just kind of ground pounding along the edge of the battle ring and not quite triggering it. If I'm good. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Then we're going to avoid a crystal entity by running around the side of this flower. Then we have a really annoying SJ. You miss it. Come on. Okay, we didn't fall, thank goodness. So coming up to the hardest boss in the game, this is the Spider Atticus. Basically, casually, this level, this boss fight is pretty much an auto-scroller. We're going to try to avoid the auto-scroller parts, but unfortunately it's very difficult to do so. So for this first hit, each hit gets more difficult than the last. So the first one's pretty simple. We're just going to wait for him to jump. Then whenever he does this attack, we're going to jump into him and then just run into him and do that. It takes 10 hits to get him stunned, which is why it's so difficult. And for the second hit, we're going to pile drive him right here. Then walk a bit over here, just combo him. Okay, now it gets difficult. We're going to walk a bit far out, turn around, pile drive him, and dash. Okay, he cooperated for the third hit. 2 more of those. That somehow worked. Okay. Yeah, you can, Draco. The next boss is basically an auto-scroller, so... that's not good. I might be able to save it. No! I accidentally did a big punch. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna have to wait for him to get to his attack where you can hurt him. You can go and read the announcement now.
Alright then, so because of Tap's wonderful $20 donation, we have met the ukulele fight the final boss with Butterfree tonic incentive, so yay! Okay, that's pretty neat. Also we have $10 more for the bonus 16-star one, so thank you Tap again for the donation, and if any of you would like to donate anything to one of our incentives, you can do it. Wait. You can do it here. Alright. Then, yeah, see ya later.
So this is a Red Brief J. He's a cow wearing red briefs. Don't question it. He's pretty much an auto-scroller. We have a few minor time saves. Like you saw me punching him at the beginning of this hit. That makes him do a different attack that's slightly faster. And then on the last hit, I'm going to intentionally get damaged so that he cancels an attack early. Other than that, we just kind of have to wait for him to attack. And then when he does the attack where he dashes from side to side, we just dodge that and then we can ground pound and he'll fall into the lava. We just really don't want to get hit by that dashing attack because it wastes a lot of time. Just gonna shoot some fire here. And every attack is totally predictable. He does the same thing every time if you don't mess it up. Whoa, I actually got hit by that. That's weird. I'm actually going to not get hit on the last hit just so I don't die, because that would be really sad if I died on Red Brief J in a marathon. Just gonna do this little spinny attack here. Then this is the attack we usually cancel. It takes a while. It's been a while since I've seen the entire attack. Yeah, it's very long. We also kind of run back and forth towards the edge, so he does fast dashes instead of going all the way around everything. So we have to wait for him to collapse before we can exit. That was really good timing for that. Wait, was that too early? Please tell me that wasn't too early. So we're gonna go to Red Brief J again because I pause exited. I, 'cause I pause exited. I have lost a run to doing that before on this exact same fight. Good job, me. I saw that the key wasn't there and I didn't realize it in time. So, I really hope you like this boss. It's pretty fun. A really fun spot to lose runs, considering it's an auto-scroller. You get to see this awesome manipulation though. I will try to make the last few levels as quick as possible to make up for that time. Dang, that probably killed 80 chance of this PBing too. Feels bad, man. Because this round was pretty solid overall. So yeah, if you have any announcements, that would be a good time.
Sure. So, okay. So in this one we already talked about the incentives and stuff, but now I want to promote some of the ones that are happening today and tomorrow. So after this one, we have our minor ultra adventure one coming up from Pioneer, who currently streams. What's this? Minor ultra adventure is currently the best programmed game that ever existed in this entire world. So you definitely need to check out that after this one. After that, we have our Kingdom Hearts block with Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix HD and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. Some beautiful games, especially Kingdom Hearts 2, but you definitely need to check out the Birth by Sleep one because slower as a cute boy. Important. After that, we have the Super Smash Bros. Brawl one from some person called Dragolina. I don't know who that is, but I don't know. Okay, but after that, we have the Super Mario 64, 16 and 120 star one if the incentive is met by Super Viper T302. So currently that's all in my time zone that's happening on this Thursday. So I wish you all a nice West Thursday. All right. Have fun.
Will do. So this is Mirror Mansion. This is one of the hardest levels in the run, mainly because the battle arena skip here. Ugh, it's gross. But you get multiple chances, so that's okay. Oh, block decided not to fall. So we're gonna try to do a quick SJ over this gate here. Keyword try. Oh no, we're succeeding, that's nice. We're going to wait just a second before we start to hit this guy so that he is hit by the big attack. Because if you do not hit him, if you hit him with smaller attacks, he will do a pecking attack at you, but if you do a big attack, he'll immediately get stunned. That's our second trapdoor of this level. The first one was basically a repeat of the one from Shivering Mountains, but a bit harder because there's 10 boxes instead of 5. Oh no, how will you do? So we're just going to jump over some spikes here and also get hit by them. This is an interesting little trick here. So the mini boss of this level is the terrible portraits, not mean portraits. So we're going to manipulate these birds to follow us. We're going to grab this enemy. We're going to hit that guy, stun one of these guys, and then hit the other arm to immediately kill it, instead of waiting for him to spawn enemies to kill it for him, or for us to kill him. Oops. Nice enemy. There we go. Never mind, I lied. Alright, we're going to get this. I'm going to get the super jump. The super jump is no harder than any other super jump. Come on, man. I'm bad. What the heck? Thank you. Jeez. That's one of the most fun trapdoors in the game. We skip it in this category, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. I can SJ again. That's nice. I'm gonna do one more SJ here. Okay, and that brings us, we're about to get to the battle ring skip. The thing that's interesting about it, it feels pretty much random. We need a very precise SJ off of a column from inside the battle arena to get over the barrier but not get bonked off of a wall. Here's hoping we get it quickly. First try! So yeah, that saves a lot of time. We're going to save a little bit of time here by doing a super jump, hopefully. That was not a super jump. There we go. First try. Pretty much. If you don't consider the other tries. One more super jump for this level real quick. Right over here. Very nice. Super jumps overall are pretty good right now. Second to last trapdoor is right over here. It's a pretty cool one. We have to use some momentum jumps off of glue globes that are launching pretty fast. We're going to try to land right on the second one, see if I get it. Or I can just jump after the thing stops and fall to my death. That's cool too. And lovely. I'm just going to jump off because it's faster to fall off and exit out the start than to get to the end. So we're going to skip another terrible portrait here. I like to do it with an SJ. Just because doing it the way other people do it involves risking falling to the Unicorn's Lair, and that just can lose a ton of time in this level. Because the Unicorn's Lairs get a lot more complicated, and you need way better luck to get up fast in the later levels. And 100% we intentionally fall into it once and beanstalk away, which is terrible. But hopefully this run won't have any Unicorn's Lairs, because any percent. So this boss right here, he's the mean MC. He has a bit of RNG. Whenever you hit him 5 times, he will go under the cups and play a little ball and cups game. If you hit him the 4th time, he will do that attack, unless he is doing a cane twirl. It is RNG if he does a cane twirl. We hope for as many cane twirls as possible, because you cannot hit him during that spinning attack. You can hit him during a cane twirl. That's unfortunate. Sometimes he'll just kind of escape from your grasp if you hit the cup. It's really stupid. Okay, that was a cane twirl that he just did there. He just did it twice. I've never seen that happen twice in a row. Bad mean MC. The cups actually end up going pretty fast. You know, let's get out from under the cup, because I'm having bad luck right now. It's totally luck, trust me. Not my fault or anything. Alright, so not good RNG on that. Oop. Alright, 3 more hits. Wow. I wasted all my good RNG on extra hits. Shouts to the folks who are hosting and restreaming this. They're great people. Draco and Laurie right now, I believe. Alright. Bad RNG. That actually is RNG. I can blame RNG for that. I didn't look at what copy he was going under. Alright, we're good. I thought I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and luckily I did. Not the best beer mansion. But hey, first try battle arena exit, that's pretty nice. So our last main stage here is Pecan Sands. 6 trapdoors to do. We skip the hardest trapdoor in the game for speedruns and casuals, and a giant maze. So our minds are kind of made up without us choosing. I'm gonna go for a jump here at the beginning. It might kill me, but I'm gonna try. Please be nice, game. Alright, very good. Sometimes Wario will just kind of fall there for no reason. So a lot of the indoor shutters here are based on these arrow blocks that we saw in Greenhorn Ruins. They just kind of go wherever you hit them. If you just dash at the start there, you'll hit both of them to the side. They're next to you, and they'll go away and hit the correct pattern. These enemies, you have to ground pound them 3 times, then you can pick them up. They're pretty annoying. I'm always a bit careful there because you can slip off of that button and lose a lot of time. This trapdoor, you just need to go and hit these switches and miss 2 of them. And then hit this button, you'll right up to the crystal. You can miss like 1 or 2 switches and still make it up, so it's pretty lenient. You go for a bit of a precise jump here, got over that gap. For this trapdoor, we're not going to do this the intended way. We're going to instead use these 2 arrow blocks that are right conveniently next to each other. We're going to hit one like that, hit that one over, ground pound on it, and light it up, and then jump off and hopefully make it. Never mind, we're going to try it with these 2 arrow blocks, because they're much better anyway. These are my favorite 2 arrow blocks in the game. There we go. Yeah, this game is fantastic. Speed game and casually. These birds are stupid. That's all I have to say about them. They make an appearance in Mario Superstar Baseball. They're also stupid there. This one you just have to ground pound the top block and it'll go up and we can jump over here to get the crystal. Then you're going to jump around that. And this is a quick battle ring skip. We're going to do a dash jump right along here. That skips a slide in the battle ring. And 100% we go down the slide, and then we just kind of walk around the battle ring because you can. It's a really easy battle ring skip. Okay, second to last trapdoor here. We're going to go down to this trapdoor, and we're going to do some jumping. Skip that one for speed. You just like to grab the ledges here so the platforms fall down so you can get up faster. Then we're going to die so we can exit faster than going to the end. Then we're going to jump up this ladder. We're going to go up this away. This is a decently precise corkscrew conk that we literally do the intended way. It's just really precise for some reason. And we're going to skip some of this puzzle by just doing this to get over to the crystal. We have a dash jump coming up here, which is the thing I mentioned in Horror Manor, where you press A and B at the same time after dashing. First try. Then we're going to just kind of jump down here because that's what we wanted to do, so we can see that awesome dash jump again. Then we're just going to kind of jump down here again because I love this dash jump, guys. I hope you know how much I love this dash jump. It's amazing. Did you see that, guys? I had to show it 3 times just for good measure. Just gonna kind of awkwardly jump up this face that you're not supposed to stand on. Then we have one last SJ. Or we can do a corkscrew conk and fall, that's cool too. Trigger the magnets. I think those are all 1-frame buffers. Okay, so the boss of Pecan Sands is strangely easy. This is Iron Cider in here. Missed the last clip. Feels bad, man. Just go down. Stop lagging. No, I don't want to deal with that guy. He's slow. So we just kind of have to throw his hands at him and he'll take damage. Like, this boss is strangely easy. I don't know why it's in Pecan Sands. Like, this is the whole thing. I somehow missed that throw. That's cool. I lost that hand. Just gotta wait for more to spawn now. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. There we go, one more hit. I'm gonna pile drive to be safe. No, that's the intended way to do the fight. There's no other way to hurt him than throwing his hands at him, as far as I know. Break his movement. Oh, yeah, I can see that. This is Captain Skull. We're going to go for a kind of tricky sunlock on him. So we're just going to hit him once. Then we're going to carry him over to this barrel, because throwing barrels at him will instantly hurt him. There we go. It gets a bit tricky in the last couple, because he can just kind of escape if he feels like it. Hopefully he doesn't, though. Alright, that's 3. We're gonna jump right down here. I'll leave him right there. Grab this barrel quickly. He didn't escape for that one. Hopefully he won't escape for this last one. Very nice. Nope. Nice, we got Legless. If you pause at a very precise time there, usually the game lags a ton when you kill Captain Skull because of this animation. Luckily, I paused it early enough that that did not happen. Pretty precise pause. So we're coming up to the final boss, the Evil Black Jewel, which is much more interesting on the Japanese version, but the Japanese version is slower, so that sucks. So basically this fight, we're just going to be running around and freeing the Spritelings to launch their bodies into him to murder him. We have to do that 8 times. The interesting about this fight is we're going to be, for every hit, we're going to be going for an AI manipulation to make it so we can run straight around him and hit all the Spritelings in one go without having to wait for fire or dodge it. So hopefully that goes well. So our first Spriteling's going to be right around here. And we're going to go towards his fire, and then we're going to start dashing as quick as we can to try to outrun every fire he shoots. Also trying to hit these Spritelings. If we miss them, we have to stop. Okay, this is kind of worrisome. Whenever he does this attack, if you pick him up, then before you damage him, you get hit by one of those fires, you will drop him, and you'll have to redo the entire phase. That loses like 30 seconds. Maybe 20, I don't know. I'm really bad at estimating time. Also, time is going to be coming up when we lose control of Wario after killing him. So be ready on that. Got 6 more of these. Nothing's going to really be different about any of these phases, so pretty underwhelming final boss for such an awesome game. It's also unfortunately very easy to screw up in Just gonna wait for this. So while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to Dangerless. He is the current world record holder of every category in this game. He's like a god at this game. In this category, he's literally 8 minutes ahead of everybody. So yeah, give him a follow if you like seeing this game done fast. He's like 11 minutes ahead of me in 100%, I think. Wait, no, 12 minutes ahead of me. He discovered every strat that I know of that's still used today, except maybe a couple that are found by Omega Galax. Oh, luckily I did not pick up the jewel before getting hit by that. Yeah, that's true, Larry. I have actually died to him before in 80% runs because you have so few health. So few hearts. Yeah, I had to take damage there to get through. Unfortunate. So, fun fact, I'm looking at my splits right now. I'm feeling like it's decently likely that if I hadn't been an idiot on Red Brief Day, this would have PB'd, so that's kind of funny. Ah, never mind. Usually that gets you to not be hit by the fires, but in this case it didn't. I'm just gonna wait until those fires despawn. Oh. One more. So this is a very solid run. Thank you guys for having me on this marathon. I've had a great time. I'm also gonna wait for those fires to despawn because screw this guy. I can't avoid them, man. Alright, coming up on time in just a couple of seconds. And time. $55.53. Not too bad considering I redid Red Brief J. Oh, I'm such an idiot, dude. So yeah, that is Wario World in 8%. This is the only spriteling we saved. The rest of them are boxes, but they're gonna dance, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, thank you guys for having me.